Hello everyone, welcome to a tour of my Minecraft Beta 1.7.3 world. This is a video I've wanted to do for a very long time, but I A, lacked the motivation, and B, felt like this world wasn't ready enough to show, but I thought screw it, I might as well show it and maybe get some feedback and ideas from anybody who may watch. So anyways, might as well just proceed straight into it. So, to lay a bit of context, this world is actually a server that I had started close to a year ago now, back in July last year, with a couple of friends. It had the idea of being an the evolution server. We started on beta 1.3 and updated till beta 1.7, and just haven't updated since because the server has just not seen much activity from anyone else. It's solely been me playing, and I felt like I'd rather have people playing on the server before I update it to the next version. And I also thought that I might as well do a tour of the world while it's still in this old beta glory days era, you know, the golden age of Minecraft, beta 1.7, before I do move on to beta 1.8. So here it is, you know. So this world, or at least the areas that I've built, they're all divided by districts. I'll put a map on screen. We are currently in the Forest Hill district, starting on the docks. That's just to kind of indicate where we are, and a bit more world building, I guess, for this world. So, as I said, we are on the docks. Over here, there's just boat docks. Over there, that leads to another district. Moving on to the interesting stuff, we have a boat store. This is Barry's Boats, something simple I made. There you got the boat. Very nice. Over here, there is a seafood restaurant called Fish. It's a restaurant. Again, this is the more lackluster stuff. The stuff I can't really give much information on because I just kind of built it and it's just been here since. But I will, through many of the other buildings, I will talk about what they were originally meant to be or were going to be, or, you know, the stages of the building. And I'll even put screenshots of before and after and whatnot on screen. So now moving on to land, we have a pickaxe statue. This is a nice little thing I decided to put here because I had no idea what to build here. I originally had the idea for some sort of map building, you know, where people can come by and buy maps. I'm not good at explaining things, so forgive me for that. Um, yeah, I just thought I'd do a nice little pixel art thing because I thought it was nice. It was kind of reminiscent of old Minecraft servers where people would always build like bits of like pixel art, I guess. And I don't know, I just thought it'd be nice. So I did this, and I just put the symbol of creation because, or a symbol of creation. I literally just searched up what a pickaxe either indicates or what it's a symbol for or something, and I just saw that. I thought it sounded nice, and I put it on there. Moving on from there, over to our right here, we have a tavern. Now, this is... I have a love-hate relationship with the design of this. I think it's nice looking, but then I also think it's ugly. I should give a proper disclaimer. I am not that good at building, nor am I good at building in beta, especially because the block selection is so limited here. This... I built this in creative because I really wanted to get the design right. Going inside, the interior I'm fairly happy with. I mean, it's as good as can be. You just got a bunch of tables everywhere. Got the like bar area here. When we do eventually get potions, if I do ever end up updating to those versions, I'll put some brewing stands here. It'll just be an area to go to get potions. Upstairs, there is a obsidian table. This, I honestly forget entirely, but this A is hideous, and B, I got the idea from I think one of Monkster's videos. For those who don't know Monkster, he makes a lot of beta content as well. Highly recommend his videos. I think it was from the Back to Beta server where I think the idea of the table was like they kind of sit around and discuss like important things to do with the town or something like that. And I thought that would be a fun thing to add, so I did it. Albeit in a very horrible way, like I said, because the shape of this upstairs area is very limiting. And this was the best I was able to come up with my superb building skills. Out here is just a nice little overlook of the ocean. If you are wondering what that torch is over there, that literally is 00. That is the center of the world. And I thought of maybe building something there. Not sure what, maybe some type of statue or something. If anyone has any sort of ideas of what to put there, please do let me know. I'm all for new ideas. Anyways, onward. Now, moving on from there, we can finally head into the nice housing area, and a bunch of houses and stuff. This area, I'm kind of just going to skim through. I'm not really going to... I'm mainly going to pay attention to the structures that I can actually speak about, because the rest of these are just copy-paste, almost, you know, wood boxes. There's not much to really say about them. But I will kind of just go quickly in and out of all their interiors. But most importantly, I want to start with this house, the Humble Abode. This is the first ever house built in the server. It started way back in beta 1.3. I built this with one of my friends. I'll put a screenshot of when we first built it. You can literally see there is nothing else around. It's just forest. And yeah, I mean, going inside, very basic interior. You've got 2 furnaces, 1 crafting table. Got a nice fridge here. Absolute classic, you know, thing that people used to always build. I love these things, the automatic food dispenser. And over here is just beds. Here's my bed. Got all my stuff in here. You can tell I've been the only one playing on the server, clearly. And here's my friend's bed. You could tell he hasn't been on the server in a very long time. Moving on from here, we will talk about the elephant in the room. I'm sure many of you are probably staring at this going, what the hell is this? And trust me, every time I walk past it, I say the exact same thing. This is the BEP. I will not say what it stands for. But this was built by one of my friends who unfortunately can't log back into the server. He's having some weird connection issues. Not sure what it is. But it's an unfinished build. He's never got around to finishing it, and I don't remember if he built this, but I'm sure you can figure out what that means or is reference to. That cow is loud. Shut the hell up. Anyways, so he can't log back in. No idea why. We have been playing this server with playing on the server with Hamachi. It's a VPN thing that essentially acts as like a port forwarding substitute because my router doesn't work with port forwarding. No idea why. So we just use that instead. And I think that might be the result of the issue. I don't know, or the cause of the issue. Don't know what the fix is. Don't know why it's happening. But yeah. Anyways, moving on from there, we just got a nice little lookout from here. It just looks out towards the southeast. There's a bunch of buildings over there, more over there. We'll get to those. Yeah, nice little simple lookout. And I'm thinking whenever we can get our hands on a nice little plugin that allows us to sit down, it'll be a nice little area to sit. No shit, holy crap, I'm bad at explaining things. Anyways, onward. We have the bank. This is a bank. Okay. This is a build that I initially made the concept for in creative. Now this being a multiplayer server, I've always been a fan of having some sort of like economy, if you will, for the servers like this, and this will obviously serve as a central point to come to collect and store money. Now currently I think the money that we trade in is gold. We haven't gotten to a point though where we can really do any transactions because like I said, not many people have been playing on the server and no one else has played on the server in a very long time besides me. Yeah, back here is just a vault. 2 chests in there. Yeah. Moving on from there, we have the second oldest building in the server. This is the storage building. Very ugly building. I'm very much debating tearing this thing down and rebuilding it. But it's a simple storage building. Over this way, you just got all your chests with every, you know, section you need, all the blocks and whatnot. And over here, we just have a whole bunch of furnaces because, you know, it's nice to have an area where there's a whole bunch, you know, when you're smelting large amounts of cobblestone. Very, very useful. Moving on from there, we have a metro station. Now this, as you can see, indicates the district that we're in, which is Forest Hill. This whole metro project has been my most recent thing that I've been working on. It's been an absolute pain in the ass. So, a little thing about this metro is, as opposed to many other metro systems I've seen in other, you know, worlds, this one's completely automated. So the minecarts go around completely by themselves, look back around, and you know, do all that. The rails also switch accordingly to the stations, you know, whenever a minecart passes. I'll kind of go a bit more in depth into this in another video, I think, because if I was to explain how this system fully works, I would be here for probably half an hour. It's a big thing, but you can see there's 3 other stations. There's the Windcrest station, the Glendale station, and the Seabrook station. I'll mark where all those stations are on the map. I'll bring it up on screen now. But essentially, these redstone torches just simply indicate which station the railway is currently set to. So currently it's set to the Seabrook station because both the Windcrest and Glendale stations are not complete. There's no loop formed there, so currently they're just kind of there. Anyways, moving on from this, we have the mines. Now, this little interesting trivia about this, this specific section right here was actually technically the first house in the server. We just hunkered down here in this cave while there were mobs just to stay safe for the night. And we eventually moved out and built that house. But yeah, I eventually just turned this into the mines. I had a bunch of little decor around here. This railway just links back to the storage building. There's actually a staircase on the other side of it that allows you to go down and access the little minecart depot area. So you could just bring your minecart with chests up and down and store a bunch of shit in there. This building over here is just like a little housing area for anybody who's working in the mines. They can simply come in here. They got their nice little necessities. They got their fridge, their furnace, a nice little table. And there is 3 beds here, just a nice upstairs area here. Yeah, I mean, that's the mines. Again, very simple, not much to say. Yeah, moving on. This is the clinic. This was actually built by another friend of mine. It's just a nice little clinic. You got a nice vet area. You can bring your pets, in case they need healing. You have a pharmacy where you can get your medications. Going upstairs, there is an emergency room, which is just a nice little bed. And over here we have a doctor's office. Again, simple stuff. Not much to say, and I can't really say much in general because I did not build it, so I don't really have much to say about its history or things that have changed and whatnot. This next structure is actually something I can talk about a bit. This was the last building we built in beta 1.3, I believe. This is a barn. Now, its placement with the rest of the buildings is a bit strange. I'll kind of talk about that in a bit, but it's just a nice little area. Just got some like stables here. There's a furnace, some storage, and upstairs, I think this is just meant to serve as more storage. Now, this field out here, just a massive field. This originally used to be a desert. It was a very small desert. You could actually see the other half of it there with all the sand. But this originally used to be a desert. I then transformed it into a wheat field, which I'll put a screenshot of. But then I just was not happy with how that wheat field turned out, and I absolutely despise the way farmland works in beta, because for those who don't know, the way it works is if you just sow a simple walk on farmland, it gets trampled. And mobs have very weird spawning patterns. These animals have very weird spawning patterns, so they would end up spawning in there and just trampling all the crops. So I decided, hey, I'm just going to get rid of it, or I'm just not going to maintain it. So I just ended up looking like in this, it was in this like decaying state for a while. I'll put a screenshot of that if I have it. And I just also wasn't a fan of how the terrain was. I should have smoothed it out better, which I kind of did here. Yeah, I eventually just destroyed it and smoothed it out. I added this nice little, decrease thing, and I thought whenever we do get breeding added to the game in release 1.0, if we get to that version, I'd like to just put a bunch of sheep out here so we can get wool. Yeah, there's a nice little bit of history for this area. Now, over in this region, I'll quickly just kind of talk about this before I move on to the buildings there. Once I do get out of here. That building that you saw there, that is another friend of mine. That's his house. He's only logged onto the server about once or twice. But yeah, he built a nice little house that goes across this little land bridge here. I did originally have some other ideas for this land bridge. But obviously, not everything will go according to my ideas in a multiplayer server. Everyone's going to have their own things. It is what it is. And I do think it looks quite cool. You've got a nice little overlook of the water area. Now, this is also in the Windcrest area. I forgot to say that. This is the Windcrest area. There is currently nothing going on here. It's all under construction. Well, there's not really much construction, but it's currently just unoccupied, rather. There's nothing going on here at all. I will actually quickly sleep. It's probably a bit dark, sorry. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, we'll head into the house here. It's just a nice little, bridge-style house. It looks really cool. And there's just a ladder down here that goes down to where the water is, along with a nice little balcony here with a cow that made its way in. Now, I'll kind of share with you guys some future ideas for this area. That little area down there, which I will go down to, get a better view. This area, me and one of my friends were thinking of doing some sort of shopping area. Just have a little, deck that kind of goes around, and just have a bunch of kind of shops that are just built into the mountain there, and on this side too, even. And we haven't got into it yet. It's been, just kind of sitting there for a while. It's something I intend to do eventually. But the Windcrest station is actually over there. Yeah, you can see the entrance back there. That is where that is located. And I thought to myself, that'll be the only way to get into this area. The idea is to get to this shopping area. The only way you can get to it is either through the train station or with a boat. I mean, yeah, there's that. Like I said, not much to really show off here, but there's the future ideas. So if I do ever make a future world tour of this, I'll go ahead and show you guys what's been done, if anything's been done. Now, moving back here, you can see a nice little blacksmith building. I went ahead and built this because I wanted to fill up this area. I just had no idea what to build. Originally, I had a concept for a post office that I was going to build here, but I wasn't sure if here would be a suitable location for it because, you know, the barn is right here. I thought I'd maybe build that a bit more inland, but looking at it, it probably didn't matter all that much, but I probably will still build it. Yeah, as you can tell, this is clearly just a mimic of the classic Minecraft blacksmith structure. I just thought I'd go ahead and build this here for the sake of it, and I had always intended to build a blacksmith around here because the mines are right there. So yeah, I scrapped the post office and just built this here instead. In here, just 2 chests meant for storage, a crafting table. You know, this area is open. I thought of, you know, either easy access to the chests or just whoever's selling the stuff can just offer through here. Yeah. Tier's meant to have iron bars. Obviously, we don't have those yet. I did put fences here, but the lava did end up burning them. So currently it just looks a bit weird. I might just have a cobblestone block there. Yeah. Anyways, moving on from here, we'll head on to this area next, because we're going to end up moving back in anyway. Now, this area is one of my another one of my more recent areas that I've built in. Some of these buildings, as you can clearly tell, are just kind of abominations of village structures, just kind of mutated village structures, if you will. But yeah, over here, this building is meant to just be some sort of mini restaurant type of thing. I thought you just sell pork chops here or something. Again, yeah, just a nice little restaurant type building. Over here, just a classic village structure. Nothing all too different, besides there actually being stuff inside, like a bed and a chest, and a nice ladder to the roof. Over here is a church. Again, just a complete copy-paste of a village structure. I thought I'd just build a couple of these in here because I thought it would look kind of cool. Yeah, you go up, everything is exactly the same. I do intend to maybe just add some like bookshelves up there or something, but I haven't gotten to it yet. I'll move this way first. Over here is actually like a little lumber mill, lumberjack area, just an area to chop down trees. And also have a look at those mushrooms. It's a nice little classic thing of beta right there. But this is just a little housing area similar to the one for the mines. It just, you know, anybody who's staying here, they can have a have easy access to beds so they can sleep. There you go. Finally managed to get my words out, but yeah, just a nice other 2 beds. Whoever's sleeping up here is going to get really cold, but that's okay. And just a nice bunk bed and a chair. I realized I didn't build a fridge here. How dare I? I should probably do that. But yeah, just a sign reminding people to replant saplings and just a bunch of trees just kind of border off here. This area was a complete lifesaver when working on a lot of houses because, you know, I wanted to have a dedicated area for trees rather than chopping down all the ones around here. Because I do kind of like to preserve nature in a way. I think it looks nice to have the trees still around. Now moving up, again, another 2 buildings and a crafting table that I left here. Over here, just like a double-decker version of the existing village house. Got a nice upstairs here, bed, chest, and a nice balcony overlooking the area. Wonky creeper face over there, built in the side of the hill. I made like a mini version. There is one in the downtown city area that I'm currently working on. I'll show you guys that. Yeah, again, just another house upstairs, you name it. Again, another house. Same stuff, you know, just houses. Not much to really say about them. This is my second newest building that I built. Down here is just like a secret, almost, passage. Just a nice sitting area, a little campfire type thing. Just sit around and tell stories or something. Add a bunch of leaves to make it look nice. But I will move over here now. Here's another restaurant. Now, you may notice a theme. Anything that's not a house in this world tends to be a restaurant because I know nothing else. It's like the only other building I know how to build. Yeah, just a nice menu. Bread, 1G. The G is just meant to indicate gold. You will notice some inconsistencies. Some areas I do use the $sign, others I use G. I don't know why I use G here because then it just looks like 1 gram, 2 gram, 3 gram. Looks weird, yeah. Just nice little area. This is my most recent build. Yeah, I just finished it a day ago. Very simple. I just went on and decided, hey, I was getting a bit burnt out from some other stuff, so I came over here and started building some random stuff. Over there, like I said, that's just a little like mini creeper face. in the hill there. Now, moving back over here, I'm going to actually take this little back road here, because we're going to show off some other parts of town. Going around back, you know, just a path that goes around, goes through a little tunnel here. This area just exists, I don't know what it is. Yeah, just a nice tunnel. There's this over here, a nice little cave with a chair that you can sit down in and just ponder if you really want to. This cave was here before. I didn't dig this all out. I just thought it was a really funny thing as I was digging this tunnel. So I put a door here and I just put a chair there so you can ponder to yourself. Now, over here, there's actually a nice little path that goes right up back where the bank and the town hall. The town hall, speaking of the town hall, I did not actually go into this, I don't think. It's a very simple build, very boring. Just got like a little table, like a desk thing here, just a chair. And this is just a little mock-up of the flag that we made. Just on the floor, you know, just to walk on the flag, I guess, which is something you'd probably never do in any country in real life, have the flag as a carpet. Don't know why I did that. Anyways, moving on, got a nice little underground area here. I will go down here first before I get anywhere there. This leads into that restaurant that you may just saw, that lakeside steak thing. This is an unfinished house, nothing in there just yet. Going around, we have a maintenance tunnel, which I'll just quickly peek into. This loops around into the mines, but also is mainly here for the sake of the system that I was talking about, the little rail switch system. I'll get into this in a future episode, or like a video if I ever do make one, if anyone's curious about how it works and, you know, the nightmarish redstone that I put together to get it to work. There is another door here that just leads out into the metro tunnel. This was originally the idea of the maintenance thing, but then I thought it would make sense to also have the redstone going to here. Also, because I just didn't have much space to build. But here is actually a nice little secret area, I guess. This is a little fighting pit that I built. I thought it would be a fun area just to carry out little PvP things. This lever goes up. Obviously, the lever's not meant to be here. It's just there temporarily, and the area is very far from complete. But it goes up and just, you know, every fight is kind of in the area, and then it comes down, and everyone goes out and brawls. Now, the reason why there's 4, originally there was meant to be just 2 areas. I recently had installed the Clay Soldiers mod. I do actually have it here. I have too many items here because I was messing around with this in single player, but you can see the Clay Soldiers right here. I wanted to figure out a way to get this to work in multiplayer, and there is actually some people that are like kind of remastering, if you will, these old mods into like a multiplayer way, so you could actually use them in multiplayer. I didn't manage to get it to work. It's using some old like fork of Fabric called Fabric or something. It's like a beta version of Fabric. I haven't figured out how to get it to work, but essentially that's what this was for. Because I made another world where I made a little Clay Soldier fighting pit because that mod is just so fun to use. And I thought it would be really fun to get working in multiplayer. So, yeah, currently it's just sitting like this. The current idea is to get players to use it, but if I can get the Clay Soldiers mod working, I would love to get that in here and just kind of hold little like tournaments like that. Yeah, just a simple area with a simple bit of lore, if you will. Now, like I said, that area just loops back into the mines. No point going that way. The mines are just cave. Nothing interesting. Going back around, outside of here, there is another house and another house yet to be made. And that's pretty much it. Over this way, just this road just leads out to the beachside area. You can see the fish restaurant there, and again, just other houses. This is like the lowest of the low houses, so I guess these will be the cheapest ones whenever they're put for sale. Yeah, this whole area is actually like right behind the humble abode, the original house, or my house. There was a bit of dirt that was just uncovered that just led straight down into this pit. And I believe this water was here originally, actually. I think it originally came down from the surface there, but I just moved it down here. And I just kind of converted this area. I put some sand down, I dug it out a bit more. And yeah, I mean, it's just kind of converted into that. You'll notice that a lot with the Forest Hill area. I've used a lot of the terrain, incorporated it into builds. I haven't really flattened any terrain. Yeah. This is the Lakeside Steak Restaurant. Again, like I said, another restaurant. This is actually the first one that we built. Just a menu. There you got stew and steak. Really no foods in beta. Now over here's the kitchen. The entrance was down in the lower section, as you saw. This is like the takeaway area. You can come here and be like, hey, let me get 1 steak. And the guy gives it to you. Or you can dine in alternatively. And just go in there. Over here is meant to be another mini shop area. This is currently just vacant. There's nothing in here. This is a nice little passage that goes up to the houses here, which is really nice because I can finally go back up. You see another entrance to the southwest lookout. Well, southwest. Did I say southeast before? Or is that? It doesn't matter. This is one of my other friend's houses. This is the first other house I built when I started building a little town around here. This is probably my favorite one as well. It's got a nice little lower area here with the kitchen and everything, and the bed's up there. Nice little garden. Very nice. Alright, sorry about that. I just had to deal with someone. Someone just walked into my room. Anyways, let's see, cinematic cameras on. So yeah, that's this house. It's not really much else to show. Moving on to the other ones. They're all very samey, very similar designs. This one, I have no idea what's going on here. This one, probably one of my other favorites. Pretty nice. Got a nice kitchen area and bedroom. One actually has rooms. Over here's another lovely house. You know, again, very samey. Another one. This one's pretty cool. It's got a nice little lower area, and you can see directly into the path that's out here, so people can watch you when you sleep. This one over here is currently empty. There's nothing in there. This one's entrance is actually through this sort of alleyway here. Pretty nice. Moving on to here. This one is meant to be another little storefront type of thing. There's just, it's currently vacant. There's nothing in here besides a little counter. Now this one's a hotel building. It's I originally, I think I wanted to build it in different blocks, but I thought it would be funny to build it in wood. That also could just be a false narrative I just spun up without knowing. It could just be the fact that I was lazy. Yeah, here we are in the hotel. We've got a nice little reception here. This is the ground floor, as you can tell. At level 1, and there's only one room each floor, so there are really only 2 rooms in here. This one's nice, you know, got a nice little painting, a nice outlook over this way. See the lookout, can see the city from here. And going up to the second floor. Again, very similar, so they've got the same stuff painting, you know, there's no furnace or crafting table in here, because, you know, it's meant to be a little bit of a downgrade from a house, I guess, it's meant to be the cheaper option. Yeah, and this one's just got a nice view over all the roofs here, and a nice view over the ocean. Now, moving on from here, we can go down this way, and over to our right, we have another house, yet again, got a room, and this over here is a little bakery shop. It's very basic design. I wanted to do a bit more with it, but I didn't really know what else to do. There is meant to be, obviously there's a lot of bread, but there will, I think was or is meant to be a cake up here. I don't remember if there ever was one, but there is meant to be one. We'll go up this way, and then we'll come up back this way. Going up this way, got another house on top of this one. We enter through here, nice balcony. There's another house here. And another one up here. This one's actually, this one and the one with the window that shows the street and the vacant shop next to that one were not built by me. Those are the only ones of these that I didn't build. Yeah, this one's got a bit of a different floor design, very nice. Very spacious backyard too. No staircase there for some reason, we should fix that. But we can go up this way. This goes up to a lovely little viewing spot. Also, do excuse the rain, by the way, sorry about that. I wish I could turn off the rain sound, it's a bit loud, I had to turn down the sound. Got a nice little bit of seating areas here, you just sit down. Now this over here, I just kind of skimmed past it. This is a historical landmark. This is from a little video that me and two of my friends made. I'll put a little snippet of it on. I can't really show the whole thing because it does use copyrighted music. I'll just go to sleep real quick. But that video was just completely off the cuff. It was just improvised little thing. It's not even a full-fledged video. It's just clips that I took of it. I just thought it was funny. And we just turned it into a little thing. And we were thinking of continuing it onto some little like series in this world, but obviously no one's really been on this world, so you can't really do that. But yeah, moving on from here, down this way, this area is not really complete. But You can go on down. There was originally just a bunch of storefronts here. You can kind of see the remainder of it. This one's meant to be another store. This is the underground abodes. Currently very unfinished. This area is just meant to kind of be for like mailboxes and whatnot. This area I did quite literally. I don't want to use the word steal because it doesn't sound good in my favor, but I guess you can call it that. The map Vertox City. I'm not too sure how to pronounce it. I love that world. It's a great reference point for this world that I've used a lot. Because it has this old like beta style feel to it with its building style. There is an area where there is some sort of underground abodes like this. I'll put some screenshots of it. Yeah, currently there's just 4 little areas marked out. There was the 5th and 6th one here, but the edge of the cliff is right there, and it kind of just ends up peeking outside when you dig that way. There is more downstairs. The stairs are not complete. Very incomplete. Actually, no, there's not more downstairs. There's gonna be more downstairs. Yeah, that's this whole area. I had originally actually had the idea of bringing this down, like having a bit like a staircase that goes down, and there being another fish restaurant just go out on over the water below us. But I thought, you know, if I'm gonna franchise that place, I might as well do it a bit more distant from each other. And the other one's just like just down that way. But I might maybe still do the restaurant thing. I don't know. But here's just another storefront. These used to originally be like little stalls that were actually set up. I'll see if I can find screenshots, but I did kind of build in this cliff again because I thought it just looked weird. Yeah, these little decks just kind of float here. This path just goes around the side, goes back to where we were. So we're just going to take it. Now, down this way, before we enter the next district, over here is just some little shopping stalls. Nothing's really been done here again. It was just kind of put in here, and I changed up this bridge, a little cobblestone here, make it look nice. Yeah, that's pretty much everything in the Forest Hill area, as far as I'm aware. I'm hoping I didn't forget anything, but I'm pretty sure that's everything. So now we can move on to Glendale. This area is very incomplete. I do intend to complete it, obviously. I just haven't gone to it. Starting off, we got the Glendale Public Library. Now, we did make a list of a bunch of structures we want to build, you know, library, police station, theater, all these things. And the library was one of the first ones I did. Haven't really done any of the other ones, though. This is a basic build. Just got a bunch of bookshelves. I wanted to make it look kind of nice, and I went ahead and used sandstone to kind of contrast from the rest of the stuff. Because I used way too much oak planks for walls back there. Yeah, you can see it's nice assortment of bookshelves, and got the little reception desk over there. Yeah, now this little wool thing over here, I think I actually started this fairly recently. This was meant to be the beginnings of a police station. It's not looking too much like a police station right now, but best believe one day it will. We've got a nice fountain over here. I'm walking back this way because this block over here, this relates back to that little mini, this like skit thing that we made. This is the spot where one of my friends suffocated himself. In the skit, of course, not in real life. And yeah, this road just leads back to the dock. So heading on over this way, we got the beginnings of some houses. I quite like this one over here. There's another metro station there. This is the Glendale Metro. We'll get there in a sec. But over here, another lovely house. I actually quite like this one. I like this little bit with the kitchen and the living room thing. Unfortunately, made this in a bit of a weird dimension, so I just went with a 3x3 table. I'm not a big fan of having when like chairs that are like this against the wall, you got to jump over them, but I had to kind of make that sacrifice. But yeah, I might maybe change it one day. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. And here's just another little bedroom. This one's actually a double bed. That's a first. I've got a nice chest, a little desk, and some shelves, and a nice back area that just looks out towards the water. Moving on, next house. This was the first one I built in this area. Another little mailbox. You go inside. Over here's a bedroom. Got a nice black carpet, double bed again. Here's the kitchen. Do my thing. Got the fridge, got the table, got a nice little outside deck. And up here we have a TV. This upstairs was originally going to have the bedroom in it, but I couldn't really fit it to the dimensions. It wasn't really going too well, so I just thought, why the hell not just put the TV up here, you know? You always got to have a TV in your house. So I just put it up there. Yeah, that's this house. Again, very basic. This one, oh, there's nothing to really show because it's incomplete. I had the layout in my head as to what it was going to be. Like, I think it was going to be like, there was going to be like a staircase here, and this was going to lead out to a pool. And this would be like the kitchen and everything, and upstairs would be the bedroom and whatever. But I clearly just never really continued it. But best believe one day, maybe, maybe. Now over here we've got a lovely art piece. I thought it would be fun just to put a little thing in the middle here. I originally wanted to put a tree, but and I thought, you know what, let's build something. Let's build a little statue. But I couldn't really get a statue looking right because I'm not good at building statues. So I decided, why not build the stick? Only the finest art piece ever. Yeah, that's the stick. Now, yeah, this is the metro for Glendale. I don't recall if I said before or not that the other, if the other ones were complete or not. I think I said the others weren't complete, besides the Seabrook one, but you can see this one has got the makings of it at least. The tunnel does go out this way. It's very far from complete. All the metro tunnels, by the way, they're not complete properly. The only one that's complete is the one from Forest Hill to Wingcrest. That's the only one that I've actually done the walls to in the actual tunnel. The rest of them are just smooth stone still. And yeah, the funny part is that's actually one of the unfinished stations. It doesn't lead anywhere, so it's not functional. Yeah, we can head over this way. This area, at least as it currently stands, is still in Glendale. I thought of maybe sectioning out this area being like old Glendale or something, like up to here maybe, and then this upcoming area up here being, you know, just regular Glendale or new Glendale, whatever. I did this fairly recently. I started digging out the path. There is actually another station here that's just over this ridge. Yeah, I started digging out the path. There's nothing really going on here. You could just see the makings of it. Yeah. Going here, that's the entrance of the station. Got a nice sort of mushroom cave. Again, another one of those little funny mushroom things in beta. I love it. Yeah. Currently incomplete. I kind of just been... My whole thing with this world, I should go a little bit more in depth. My whole thing with this world is I tend to kind of just shift between project to project so I don't burn myself out completely, because Minecraft is a game that you can get very easily burnt out from. But yeah, I just try and make sure that doesn't happen. Now we can head into a bit more of an interesting area. You can clearly see the production quality has increased, or at least the you know, there's a lot more effort put into here. This is the city area, or more specifically, this is Seabrook, a section of the city. This area down here just loops around the coastline. Originally, the wall, like this wall, was the only thing there, just kind of extended down there. But then I thought, you know, it would be nice to have like a nice little, you know, path that just goes around the bottom here. And I went ahead and did that. Yeah, going up this way, you could see there's only 2 currently built structures, and there's another one that's being built. There's not much to really show here, and if anything, we're kind of approaching the end of the world tour. Again, this goes back to what I was saying in the beginning, where I felt like there wasn't really much to show, because really, when I'm the only one building in the world, everything's going to kind of just be my style, so I can't really show a bunch of wacky styles and everything. It's just, everything's very samey. The majority of the buildings are just houses. Yeah, over here, this is a little hotel building. I'm probably going to demolish this one and rebuild something else here, because I'm not too big of a fan. This one, I think, is loosely based off of a building from Greenfield. Easily probably my favorite city map of all time. Excellent map, that one. It's loosely based off of one from that. You could just see all the rooms are kind of sectioned out like this. It's an alright building, but I think I could do much better. So I'm probably going to tear this down one day and just rebuild something else. As I already said, I'm just repeating myself. Going around the back... there's just a swimming pool, I believe, that's actually incomplete. I thought it was complete. Now, I should actually just state, you're probably confused about what the hell's going on these walls here, why it's like this. The design I came up with has leaves in here, but leaves in beta 1.7 were just made, like, you can finally harvest them in beta 1.7 with shears, but unfortunately they require to be connected to a log so they don't decay. So if I wanted this to work, I'd need to put a log somewhere here, or just make this all bottom part logs, or on the sides or something. So I just left it like this, and whenever we do update to beta 1.8, if we do, hopefully, I'm going to finally put in the leaves there, because that is when that whole thing is addressed. You don't need logs next to leaves for them to not decay. That was a fucking mouthful. Now, moving on to here, this is another hotel building, because again, the hotels in the city are like my restaurants in the other side of town. It's like the only thing I really built. That again, you might want to take a wild guess as to what this one is as well. Trust me, you won't guess it. Anyways, this is actually the first building I built here. I could actually put a screenshot of the little scaffolds I have here. Like the original frame I had when I was first building it. There was actually all these paths and everything were not here. These were all just absent. Yeah, they're finally in. It's starting to kind of come together a bit. I am just going to go to sleep real quick so I can, yeah. Currently, this building is unfinished. You got a little pool area back here. This is meant to house a reception and everything. I built this, building in beta 1.8. I had a creative world in beta 1.8 that I would do all my building concepts in this world for. Anything that I needed to do in creative first, so I was sure about it. Reason I did that is because the beta 1.8 has pretty much the exact same block palette as beta 1.7 minus the stone bricks, and all the little building quality of life features, I guess, are the same. Like, you can't place stairs upside down, fences still take up an entire block for hitbox, there's all those things. So it's pretty much the exact same. I'll show maybe some other concepts I had in that world if I can find it. But yeah, these are all unfinished. These do have furnishings in the concept world, but I don't know why I never finished it. I always said to myself, let me come back and do this. Like, after I do the glowstone, I went and got glowstone and did the lights in here for some lighting. There's meant to be trapdoors on these, by the way. And I think there's going to be like little plants, like leaves. Yeah, it's very basic. It's the same layout on every floor. And then here's the top level. I think there is also meant to be a roof access area. I don't know if I'm going to do that though. But I know the concept world does have it. But yeah, moving on from here. Again, like I said before, take a wild guess what the next building is. It is a hotel. I'm just very boring with this. Now this one's a bit more unique. Not made out of stone and wood. Also, I'll quickly note, it's another reason why I want to tear this one down, because I don't want it to just look the exact same. These are part of the skyline of the city. Like, when you're looking from Forest Hill to here, you see these buildings first. And I want them to at least look somewhat nice. This one's kind of ugly, but it kind of, the style of it too, I should quickly mention, is also based off of Vertox City. Some of the building styles and that. It's kind of a little rough. I think the idea of this building kind of came from there too. I took the general shape of one of the buildings and kind of just made my own variant. Yeah, now over here's another hotel building, currently in the works. I do have a built version of this. I actually made a copy of this world into 1.20 in order to do big building there, because I wanted to use world edit, because I was sick of placing every block manually. It got a bit boring. Not boring, it got a bit annoying. Yeah, there's meant to be a whole pool here and everything. This is going to be the tallest one out of all of them. Yeah, I'll maybe in a future tour, I'll finally show this building complete, along with a lot more buildings here. Moving on, we have a little roundabout area, and this just leads up to the nether portal. It doesn't really go anywhere forward, it's meant to go that way. It doesn't go anywhere just yet. Yeah, this is the nether portal. I'll give a quick preview of the nether. There's not much going on in there, besides I just built a bunch of roads. Okay, here we are. Now, as you can see, it's similar palette, cobblestone and smoothstone slabs. Now, there's just two rows. There's one that goes down this way, and there's another one that pushes out that way. It kind of has like a little fork, where one goes that way and the other goes that way. Yeah, I wanted to just have like just a little region around the portal where I could just put like a couple of houses and one. Just have like a mini town in the nether. But this will be a project for another day. Hell, I'm not even too sure about these roads. Maybe I might destroy them and redo them a bit better. But yeah, we'll see. This area is meant to be full of lava, and this area is meant to have like, I think windows, and it's meant to have a little dome roof. Yeah, that's that. I mean, there's not much to really show. Now, moving on from here, we can... Don't really know what we can show off, because like I'm saying, we're approaching the end of our tour here. There's not really much else to show. This is just a tunnel that leads into one of the other areas. We're actually going to go there. But I'm just going to make my way back here, because I forgot to talk about something this way, and then we'll head up the road that way. Here we are. This is one thing I forgot to acknowledge. This little statue here. I forgot to acknowledge it, but truth is, not much I could really say. I just wanted to build something here in this thing, little roundabout thing, and you know, I thought statue would look nice, and I just built this little guy holding a stick. I did think of maybe doing it out of cobblestone, because obviously there's no stone slabs or stairs yet. But I just left it the way. It's not too noticeable from afar, and I do have the old cobblestone textures active in a texture pack right now, as you can see. So you know, it's a bit more obvious than it should be, but the old textures, it isn't. Yeah, I'm sure you've already seen this by now. It kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. Again, all these roads are just here right now. There's nothing built next to them. These are still in the early concept phase or whatever. You know, there's nothing really going on. So we are now heading into the city center area. I don't have a proper name for this area besides city center, and it'll probably just be city center. I don't know. Would city center or downtown be better? Let me know. We've got a nice little bridge over here. I just thought of having a path that kind of offshoots and just goes over that way. Yeah, here's a fun little statue, or like a build of a creeper with a sword in its head, as you can very clearly see. I had a couple of other ideas of what to build here. The original thing was some type of like bird statue. I scrapped the bird design because I couldn't really do it with Beta 1.7's limited thing. Like I can't place, you know, topside slabs upside down stairs. Over here is the very rough outline to the city center metro. The stairs meant to part ways, but it was originally this staircase over here is going to have a bridge type of thing that goes over to this section, because both of these are like different stations type of thing. This one will lead you straight, and this one will lead you that way, you know, when the rails do their switching or whatever. Again, I'll explain all this stuff in a video if anyone wants to see it. So do let me know in the comments if you know, you are curious about how the system works. That is pretty much it for this world. Like I did say, there's not much to really show off. A lot of the buildings are houses, but I would love to, you know, it's not just I would love to. I am going to build more buildings and hopefully maybe make a remake of this tour with, you know, more to show. Yeah, I guess before I end this, if you did enjoy, you know, thank you for sticking all the way to the end, and leave a like if you did enjoy, you know, it's up to you if you want to do that or not. Also, if you've got any ideas, any concept ideas or any building ideas, whatever, please do let me know. I'm all for hearing more ideas, you know, because I'm currently a bit starved for ideas. I don't really know what to do. I'm in my little bit of a burnout phase, and I thought this might be a good way to maybe get a bit more motivation back into this world. So yeah, do let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you whenever I see you.